Hello, welcome. It is Saturday morning of UFC 326. Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira for the baddest motherfucker belt, live on Paramount Plus. Some of it's gonna be on CBS allegedly. I don't really know. But the whole card is gonna be on Paramount Plus. I feel like Dana White right now. The main event is supposed to be spectacular, allegedly. All right. Every BML bout has been electric. Obviously, the what happened at 300 will never be replicated, can't be duplicated, and it's unrealistic to set your expectations to that every time Max Holloway goes out there and performs. You know, we saw what he did against Ilia Topuria, or what Ilia Topuria did against him, and that's coming off the heels of one of the greatest victories of all time. But after moving up to 55 completely, he faced Dustin Poirier. I'm going to include the Justin fight in that because that was Max at 155, right? Like truly took time to get up to 155, and he looked great, right? And then same thing with the Dustin Poirier fight. He looked great. He has like a newfound power. He put down Dustin. He obviously put down Justin, and he's still quick. Like he's at 45, and he still has the cardio. I would say even better. And it's actually a scary thing to think about, because if he finds himself against a guy like Patty, I even think he can like beat Arman Sarukian. That's a bit of a stretch, I know, but like if he goes out here and he dispatches of Charles Oliveira, Arman Sarukian now finds his way down to the third rung on the ladder. Because Justin Gaethje, he has the interim belt. He's next. He has to, but also kind of next to him is Islam. And if Islam fights Ilya, then what are we doing with Gaethje? Does he defend the interim title? Does he wait even longer? I mean, that's normally what a Justin Gaethje would do, but also at the same time, I don't know. That's a discussion for a different day. In the fucking blue corner, Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira is the most deserving guy to fight for the BMF belt on the roster. All divisions. He really deserves to be in this position. He's fought damn near everybody in the top 10. When Fiziev pulled out against him in Rio, he accepted Gamrot, right? And you love to see that from a guy, right? You love to see that from, like, he doesn't need to be fighting these guys. He really doesn't. He didn't need to be booked against Fiziev. He didn't need to take the short notice against Gamrot, but he did, mainly because he wanted to fight in Brazil, and I respect that. But he doesn't need to be fighting that lower of quality opponent. He should have been fighting a Paddy Pimblett, a Max Holloway, But now that we finally got this matchup, I can't wait. I can see this fight playing out two ways. One, it's mostly a stand-up battle, in which way Max picks him apart, and I think he puts him down twice. If you can find a bet for Max Holloway knockdown, I would take it. I'm going to, if I can find one. I would also think this fight potentially, Max Holloway could break some of his own records. I'm not talking like, if it goes 4 rounds, he has the most time in the cage. No, I'm talking that 450 mark. What he did against Calvin Kattar. Because Charles Oliveira, yes, he just got brutally knocked out by Ilia Topuria. I don't think Max has that type of power. I think he can put him down a couple times. I don't think he can knock him out clean. Not cold, right? So, expect to see some knockdowns from Max, personally. Expect to see a high volume of strikes, upwards to the 200, 300 marks, if it goes the distance. Now, the magnitude of Max Holloway is going to play a big factor, because if he knocks him down in the first couple minutes when they're dry and it falls into the ground, I think that's stupid. But if you do it in the second and third round when you guys are sweaty, you're wet, and you can get out of shit easily, then I have no problem with it. But if you're dry, going down to the ground with a Charles Oliveira, that's dumbassery right there. We can't let that happen. So, if he does follow him down, hopefully it's in that second and third round. Not early, if you want Max Holloway to win. But if you want Charles Oliveira to win, you better fucking pray he goes down with him. It's kind of a bit of a unwritten rule that you don't shoot for takedowns in BMF fights, right? Nate kind of did it. I think Dustin might have, but you just don't do it, right? So would Charles shoot? I don't think so. I think it's more badass if Charles hits him with some trips, gets him to the ground that way, not pulling guard. Charles says he wants to knock him out. Max kind of implicated that he wants to sub him. So, very intriguing. I do think I would have Max Holloway by decision. I would also have a little sprinkle on Charles TKO. Because why not? He has the ability to do it. He has the knees. He can systematically break you down with the knees and the elbows up close. And he has the long range attacks, the teep kicks, the 1-2s. He has the ability to put somebody away on the feet like he did with Michael Chandler. And but you don't just put away Max Holloway. So that's why I think Max Holloway by decision. That's my TED Talk. This video was supposed to be a lot better. I was supposed to have like video fucking analysis. I was talking about like 8 more fights on the card, but I procrastinated, got a little busy. So you'll see that for Prohaska Olberg in April. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.